Hello, how are you? My name's Declan. If you already follow this channel, you'll know that this video is a slight departure from my usual content, which is usually me playing guitar, because I am a guitarist. For those of you that don't follow this channel, hello, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Declan. I'm a guitarist, and I will be going through ACL reconstruction surgery tomorrow morning on this knee here. So 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I got back into skateboarding at the ripe old age of 34. And a year later, I managed to explode my ACL in a skateboarding accident. And the 5 years have flown by now, and life's been quite busy. I've never really gotten around to getting this surgery in, and it's very much a necessary surgery for me at this stage. So I've gone ahead with it, booked in for tomorrow. And I feel like I'm going to go slightly insane unless I give myself something to do during the recovery period. Because for those of you that are unaware of ACL reconstruction, the recovery period is 9 months, which is quite a long time, really. The initial recovery, where you're back on your feet and able to kind of go back to work, is around about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. But you can't actually go back to doing whatever sport it was you were doing until about 9 months, essentially. It's a very sort of gradual process. So yes, I am going to be sort of filming little bits, little snippets from day to day, just to kind of show what kind of achievements I've made from each day, even if it is just being able to straighten my leg or something small like that. Who knows? So yeah, there are surgeries tomorrow, but I've got 3 gadgets prepared, 3 gadgets ready that will aid me in my recovery. That is this big tub here that I'll be filling with ice cold water and some ice packs, and it has a nice tube that comes out of it, and will be covering my knee and keeping it cold. There's a little pump that you can switch it on. It makes icy cold water flow around my knee, which would be nice. I've got this thing here, which is well, essentially when you first come out of ACL reconstruction surgery, the first thing you have to work on is straightening your leg. That's one of the hardest things to do initially. So I've got this little band thing, which you tie around your ankle like this, I believe, and then you can do this. You can pull it and straighten your leg. So that will hopefully help with that initial part of the recovery. £5 on Amazon, here we are. And then my final gadget is this TENS machine. It's this little TENS machine. So essentially it's some pads. Oh, my room appears to be falling apart. I have all these foam panels on my walls, but sometimes they just decide that they're not sticky anymore and they just fall off the wall. Anyway, back to the video. That was content. So I've got a TENS machine here. What that is, you put these little sticky pads on, and they essentially electrocute your muscle and actually make the muscle vibrate and activate the muscle. Because one of the main problems when you first come out of the surgery is the quad becomes quite weak and doesn't really respond to the usual neural pathways that you've spent your life, using. So you kind of reactivate the muscle, and this can help apparently. We'll see how I get on. So yeah, those are my 3 main gadgets before I get things started. So yeah, that is the introduction of this video done. I don't even know if I'm going to do this video or not, if I'm going to follow through on it. I guess if you're watching this, it means I did follow through on the video. But yes, it's day -1. I'm feeling very, very nervous. Wish me luck. We are going to end this bit of the video now, and we're going to switch straight over to me being in the hospital. So yes, thank you for watching this video. Let's get the diary started, shall we? Let's go. Okay, so before we kick off day 0, I really want to just thank all the wonderful staff at Medway Maritime Hospital in Kent. Our NHS here in the UK really is a blessing, so let's keep it that way, please. Right, let's see what I look like fresh out of theatre. Hello, this is day 0. I have been through the surgery. I have now woken up, and I feel surprisingly okay, actually. So the painkillers are clearly working. There's the arrow they drew on my leg so they were definitely sure they got the right leg. Yeah, it's all kind of done now. I guess at this point in time it's just about keeping the painkillers correct so I don't suddenly wake up writhing in pain. So yeah, wish me luck. That is day 0, And thank you to Beth behind the camera and my mum just to the side of her there. Feel free to give yourselves a wave from the camera. But that was Beth and that's Mum. There we go. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for day 1. Cheers.
A few moments later.
Day 0 update. Turns out I can already walk. So, yeah, I guess this is my starting point. Cool. Aha! I'm coming home. Day 1. Is this day 1?
Yep.
Yeah, day 1. Feels like it's been longer than a day. But I'm going home now. So yeah, my leg is intact. It's the nerve block is leaving my leg 1 hour at a time. It's getting more and more sore. But I've got a nice ice machine waiting for me when I get home. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'll check in again when I'm home with the exercises that I'll be doing. And thank you again to Beth. Give yourself a wave. Yeah, cool. See you when I get home. So before they sent me home, I had a brief session with the ward physio who gave me these 5 standard exercises that I need to work through 3 times a day. The exercises are about regaining the full flexion and extension of the knee, as immediately after surgery there is a lot of swelling and the buildup of scar tissue can potentially block the movements and require further surgery. So while I'll be living and breathing these exercises all day over the course of the next 2 weeks, my plan for this video diary is just to focus on 1 or 2 of these exercises per day, just to show what I've made progress on and what some of the challenges have been. Here we go. Right. That's 2. I need 3 more.
You can do it.
Oh. Ow.
Stop whining.
I feel like it's getting smoother. I'm super tense, but I feel like the motion's getting a bit more smoother as I'm going.
It's not as jolty.
Yeah.
Last one.
So that's the angle I've got, and I seem to have got most of my straightness back. I can get. I'm getting pretty low now, which is yeah. It's only going to get better from there, I think. It's me day 1 knee flexion in sitting. This has been the most challenging one so far, which is tucking the leg under. So, right. My God. Yeah, that's kind of where it's at the moment. So that 10 times, 3 times a day. Yeah.
Mm. 30 times, 3 times a day.
Oh, yeah. Oh God, yeah, that's so true. Okay. Yeah. Hello, day 2. Today has been the first day where I have felt like things started going retrograde. When I woke up this morning, I couldn't walk anymore, so that was sad. I'd enjoyed a good few days of walking, and yeah. But once we got some of the physio exercises out of the way, which were absolute agony, not gonna lie. Once those were out of the way, I was able, a few hours later, I was able to get up and walk, and it was literally pain-free again. So the physio definitely works. So that has made it, yeah, I feel very encouraged to keep strong with the physio now. But yeah, so I'm feeling comfortable. I've got my little water thing here. I've got the temperature control here. It's like a bucket of ice basically down there. and it's this like a variable speed thing I've got in my hand here. There's the water, there's the ice, and I can vary the speed at which it sends water through this kind of cuff thing, which keeps the swelling down. Yeah, the needle that Beth's got to stab into me at the end of each day is probably the worst thing about the entire experience, to be honest, because it's a bit like being stung by a bee, but you know you're about to be stung by the bee. So yeah, that's been fun. But yeah, I'll probably post a little video. I'll probably add a little bit more video of me doing my exercises after this. But this is yeah, day 2. It's been more harrowing than the other days, but there's been the small victories and feeling good. Cool.
Not quite my tempo.
Okay, so one of the first exercises is to get everything straight, to push down into the ground whilst tensing the quad, toes back, that in. I seem to have managed to retain the straight part of my leg flexion. Is that the saying? I don't know. But yeah, so the straight bit is sorted, that's ticked off. That's my day 2 victory. But it's a very different story with the bends. But yeah.
Try and do the bend.
Oh god, okay. Right.
Be so good to look back on.
Bends, here we go.
Perfect. And back.
Okay. And getting it back down could be a bit funky, just because some of the muscles misfire a little bit because they're a bit confused, because some of them are missing now. Oh, yeah. There you go, day 2 done. This one has literally had me floored for days, where my knee gets to a 90-degree angle, locks, goes into cramp, and I can't move it. But now it is literally going past the 90 degrees, gives the little cramp a wave, and then carries on its way. The way we got there was through Beth and my mum kind of push-starting the car, so to speak, where they'd kind of push it gently to kind of aid the movement, to kind of engage the muscles that weren't engaging, and seemed to get there in the end. Oh, nice one. Oh, it was the cramp. But I know what's on the other side of the cramp now, so this is great. Oh. Day 3. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's day 4. Right, they're my slide ones. Can't remember what they're called. That's the most challenging one, that seems to be progressing the best out of everything. But the most important thing I want to show you for day 4 is that I had a shower for the first time today since the operation, and in order to keep my dressings dry in the shower, I use this thing, which is basically some kind of like 90s sci-fi looking thing, where you essentially put it up, open it up across the top so it doesn't touch any of the dressings. And now I look like a bionic man. Oh yeah. So if I need to go out in the rain and I want to wear some shorts to keep cool, I can go full bionic command. Day 4, job done, and I don't need the crutches anymore. So yeah, day 4, cool. So it's day 5 now, and I'm now off of the painkillers. So I am now really relying on this thing, which is my leg cooler thing. So I'm gonna try and up the efficiency of it by turning it on and getting rid of the bubbles that are inside. So you first turn it on like this. You kind of see bubbles running around it like that. It's kind of cool. You can see the track that it makes. It's kind of cool. Essentially, you've just got to pat the bubbles out so that you're actually getting cold water flowing through it rather than just bubbles just sitting there doing nothing, getting warm by your leg. Oh, you see a big one there. The less bubbles there are in this thing, the more efficient it all goes. They should make a video game out of this, shouldn't they? It's very, very satisfying. Maybe like a side quest. But yeah, there we go. As a relatively bubble-free, cooling leg cuff there. There we go. Day 5. Hello, day 5. Still doing my physio exercises. I've decided to leave my cooling thing on because it's easier just to clip myself back in afterwards. But yeah, day 5 is the day where I've run out of pain medication and I'm not allowed any more so that I don't get addicted to it. But it's actually been fine. The pain levels have not gone up at all today, and if anything, the movements have got more relaxed and more natural. Yeah, I don't seem to be having any trouble whatsoever. I can dig my knees right down into the ground. It doesn't feel like when I do that, I literally can't feel anything. It doesn't feel like I've had surgery, which I'm kind of in shock about, and I'm very, very happy about. So day 5, it's been another good one. I feel like I've lucked out on some kind of ACL surgery lottery here. But yeah, bring on day 6. Hello, day 6. Yeah, it's getting a bit samey now, isn't it? These updates. I went to a community hospital today to have my dressings changed. You can see that they are now white, a beautiful, beautiful white. And I got them to change my dressings while my leg was bent, so that I could actually bend my leg more easily. Because what I was finding when I was doing my bends, my leg bends, my bendy wendies, as we call them.
Bendy Wendy!
I couldn't really get apart that. It was like really straining when I was getting to certain points, but now I can get a lot further. I'm just going to close this door because my mum's having a very loud conversation with someone there. So now I can get my leg, it's all good. I can get my leg all the way up to, whatever the hell this is. Oh my god! Wow! Oh no, okay, it's not as far as I thought. I can actually bend it manually a bit more as well. Whereas it felt like it was all about to explode before.
You did it more when you were sitting up. Maybe try it. You were sitting up when you just did it. Okay, don't do that. Bad idea.
Yeah. God. Oh god, that was very strainy there. Oh god! You know, that was that f***ing pain that I had earlier on when I was walking.
Did it go out at that angle when you just did it then?
What, sorry?
Did it like go out at a funny angle when you just did it then?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It just something just went, like just tugged. It felt like something spasmed. Oh god. Yeah. I kind of just want to wait until I'm at the physio in a week's time, just to do any just to progress anymore. I know you're meant to kind of do everything to the most bent position, but
Well, you're meant to do it within pain.
within pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's hurting, you don't do it.
Yeah. Right.
That's a really good angle anyway.
Yeah.
But you don't need to go more than that.
No.
Let's get in the movement. That's
I didn't realise we were still filming that.
got it all.
Oh yeah.
Raw
Great.
footage.
Yay, it's really fun. Knee surgery, I really recommend it. Yeah, so this has been the most tiring day, so I feel like I'm a little bit more kind of grumpy or something. I don't know. It's been a tiring one. So
You did a long walk.
I did a bit of a walk today actually. That'll probably finish me off. So yeah. Ready to take on whatever day 7 has in store. God
1
only
week.
knows
1
what
week
will be
post-surgery.
happening. Yeah, exactly 1 week. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. Right, see you tomorrow. Day 7 tomorrow. Bye. No, it's 34.
Camera's
Trying to
rolling.
find the hot bit, so it's actually. Let's just come back to normal.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
It's not much. It's not going to make much of a video.
Don't do that, Jack.
Oh, it's not a sore bit. This is just really hot.
We need some content. We need some content.
This is meant to be content.
No, don't.
It's not on you. It's only filming deck.
Well, we were going to do a video where we were discussing the temperature difference between here, and here. Here there's lots going on in terms of internal swelling and stuff getting fixed, and here it's just normal leg. Here is 33 degrees, and here 35. It was 36 earlier on when we were first testing it, and it feels like when you run your finger from here to here, you suddenly feel it get really hot. So we thought that'd be an interesting thing to put in the video for day 7, because there's not really much else to talk about right now. Other than, what did we say? So yesterday, went to get my dressings changed, ended up kind of messing my leg up a little bit from just overworking it and walking and stuff. I nearly fell over when my leg kind of clenched up mid-stride, so it was quite sore for the rest of the day, and then was sore this morning as well. So I was like, oh, okay, great. Knocked back, but over the course of the day, it's got much better when I finally succumbed to the resting stuff. So I've been doing lots of resting today, lots of Stardew Valley, lots of just sitting here like this. So it's been muchos restos. Day 7's done, and back on top. Cool. Bring on
your
day
pain?
8.
What about your pain?
Oh, I didn't want to go there. It was horrible, and it was really annoying, and it was just getting me down, but it's kind of a lot better now, so yeah. It's good. It's all good. Bring on day 8. Hello, day 8. Watch this. Watch this drive. I can do it all the way back, all the way forward, all the way back, all the way forward. So this is my third physio of the day, and it always takes a moment to kind of build up to this, but I was able to get up to this point pretty quickly in my this session this evening. So feeling good. I've not had any painkillers in a while as well. I got a prescription through today to extend my pain relief they gave me. They initially gave me 5 days of something called codridamol, which apparently can be quite addictive. They only gave me 5 days of it, and the pain has been quite intense at times since I came off it. So I managed to sweet talk my GP into re-prescribing some more of that. But instead of giving me just a couple of days worth, they give me 100 tablets. How many tablets did they give me before? It was like 3 pairs per day, wasn't it?
4 pairs per day.
Oh, 4 pairs per day. Okay, so it's 8, 16, 20. So
40.
40. So they gave me 40, and the guy, I just asked for a little extension. He's giving me 100. So I might not ever come back into the real world at this rate. So I'm gonna have a few just to take the edge off some of those moments where it gets painful. But it's all in a good way. I accidentally had a shower earlier on without putting my cover thing on, my 90s sci-fi thing, and I got these wet, so I was a little bit bummed about that. But they seem to have dried off okay. Hopefully I'm not going to cause an infection. Guess I'll have to find out in day 9. Cheers. Day 9, I have actually been able to pick my guitar up for the first time. I've found it really awkward sitting with my leg bent for a substantial amount of time, i.e. more than 1 minute. But I was able to actually teach a pupil online today for the first time since the operation. So, yeah, it's guitar time. Yeah, I can actually do some practice now. So bring on day 10. Cool. I think that's kind of it for me today. There's not really much else to talk about. It's exercises, they're going well. But yeah, I can finally kind of get my head back into guitar. So day 9, complete. Bring on day 10.
Right, walk towards me. Stop.
Okay, it's day 11 and I'm just sort of out and about now. I've had 2 days now where I've had this basically pain-free walking. I had like 2 days where I forgot to get a top up of my anti-inflammatories. But once I got them back in the game, suddenly all the pain had vanished and I've just been able to just walk around like almost 90% normal, and all the exercises have been really easy, so the physio has kind of gone back to kind of going exponential. So yeah, day 11, I think I feel like I'm on the home stretch of just that kind of initial recovery where you're sort of out of the game a bit. So I'm looking forward to getting into the stage 2 of the physio now, just to kind of get myself back out working and doing guitar things and all the usual. Cool. See you in day 12.
You can talk about the fact you're out. Did you say you're out and about?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not in my house anymore. I'm actually at a restaurant. Me and Beth and my mum have had a little kind of celebratory meal because me and Beth are getting married in 3 months.
Yeah.
See ya. Hello and welcome to day 12. So I've had my first setback so far since the surgery. Yesterday, went out for a nice meal with Beth and my mum because I was kind of like comfortably walking, pain-free. It's been really great, actually. Like, God, just to be able to get out again. But when I was back home, I did like a pre-bed workout, just doing another physio session on the floor. But when I went to stand up out of it, I managed to strain my right knee. I did something on my right knee. Didn't actually feel it at the time. It was about 5 minutes later when I was lying in bed. I was suddenly in agony in my right leg. I barely slept last night. And yeah, so at the moment I haven't got a good knee anymore. Like, I haven't got a good leg. So it's kind of a bit weird, a bit of a strange situation to be in. So that's the setback. But not to dwell on the setbacks. On the positives is my bend in my knee. I'm able to basically get this foot whilst lying down. One of the exercises to drag your leg back. I can basically get this foot back almost to my bum, so that's like about that far from my bum. My other foot can just about touch my bum. It's a bit R-rated language. Yeah, we're all adults here.
Bottom.
My bottom, as we say in England. So the heel of my foot can nearly touch my bottom, which hasn't been able to do this whole time. I've had a good bend in it, but today I've been able to kind of get it really, really close. So that's my positive of the day on day 12, having nearly the full flexion back in. Still a little bit of work to do, about that much left on the flexion side, but I mean, yeah, in 12 days I've gone from nothing to that, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah, so day 13, say a prayer for this leg and that it's not in agony tomorrow as well, because that's going to not help with me getting back into walking normally. So yeah, fingers crossed for day 13. Cheers. Right. Day 13 has arrived. Things seem to have gone a lot better this time around compared to yesterday. The strain that I had in my right knee, where I kind of overworked it or done something awkward to it, seems to have passed, which is good. And yeah, my left knee has had a bit more support from this one now, and it means I've been able to work at my stride and get the extension, that kind of lean into the stride, which seems to be the best it's been so far. Apparently that's the thing you need to work on, is the extension of the leg, like being able to lean forward into your stride to kind of regain your normal stride, isn't it? So yeah, my bend is just kind of the same as it was yesterday, but what is stopping my heel from kind of actually reaching my bottom, as we're calling it, is kind of the stretch from the staples that are holding the stitches together. But it's day 14 tomorrow. It marks 2 weeks since the surgery, and tomorrow they are taking off the dressings and they will be taking off the staples as well, taking out my stitches. So theoretically that will make the last few inches of the bend a lot more easy. So looking forward to that. First day of physio tomorrow as well. So it's all systems go. Day 14 tomorrow. Bring it on. So yes, lucky for some, number 13, day 13 over. Namaste. Hello, welcome to day 14. I've just been to the doctors and they took my staples out for my stitches. Apparently it's been done in 2 layers. On the sort of the layer underneath the skin, they've stitched that all together. The dermis was the epidermis. Which one was? I think the epidermis is on the outside, isn't it? So the dermis they stitched together, and then the skin over that they stapled. The epidermis they stapled, and they used this. They used this to get rid of the staples. It was quite painful. I was having to pretend that it wasn't massively hurting every time we went in for these. There was 20 of them, 20 staples.
You didn't do a very good job.
He did a great job.
No, you didn't do a good job of pretending.
I didn't do a very good job of pretending. No, actually, yeah. I was like, oh, this hurts. Yeah. Oh my God, this really hurts. What the hell? I got told there was going to be like some local anaesthetic, but there was no local anaesthetic. Just sort of digging in. Some of the staples are really tight, so they're digging deep. But it's all over now, and I'm literally just waiting outside to go into my physio, my first face-to-face physio. They've put some dressings back on, just where they'd kind of had to hack quite deep. There was a bit of spotting, as they called it, a bit of bleeding. So, but yeah, so apparently 2 more days of having these dressings on, and then that's it, game over.
An hour to have the dressings on.
An hour?
You can take them off after an hour.
Oh, I thought you said 2 days.
Just don't wash it for 2 days.
Oh, don't wash it for 2 days. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'll check back in an hour with these off then. Yeah. Hell yeah. Maybe I'll just take a picture of my post thingied stitches and just leave it as a picture in the video. But yeah, so day 14, physio, stitches. I think I can kind of move on with my life a bit after this. Just cracking on with the physio. Cool. All right. Thank you. Welcome back to my studio. We're back in here now because this is the reflective final stage of this video. It's been quite a long video, hasn't it? So the plan was always this was going to be 2 weeks of sort of daily video documenting, just as a way of keeping me sane during the recovery. And yeah, it's been an interesting 2 weeks. It's the first time I've ever had to recover from a surgery like this. I did have a little surgery when I was very young. I had grommets put in my ears. I had to stay in overnight in hospital, but I don't have much of a memory of that. So my first time as an adult having surgery, this has been my first ever recovery. And in a strange way, I've kind of relished the opportunity to experience the miracle that is a human body repairing itself. Yeah, the pain's kind of been really well managed the whole time, so I feel like it just could have been a lot worse. Yeah, and everything's kind of feeling good. I can kind of walk around now like nothing happened. Like, you know, I've kind of got the bend back. I can do the straight flexion. I can do all the bends right back up. I won't do them now. I kind of do them when I'm lying down doing my exercises. But yeah, you can sort of trust me on that one. And yeah, the scar tissue is kind of still a bit red, but honestly, it's just kind of it's just scar tissue waiting to kind of flatten down at this stage. So I've got my next physio tomorrow, which is my second physio appointment, where we will hopefully be moving on to all the the muscle strengthening exercises, and I'll finally be allowed to walk up and down stairs properly, because I've only been allowed to shuffle up and down stairs this whole time, but every so often I've forgotten about that. I've just ended up walking normally. But okay, so yeah, it has been 2 weeks since I recorded that previous video just there, and I'm kind of glad I've left it these extra 2 weeks just to sort of see how things have panned out. It's been very much business as usual for the last 2 weeks. I've been back to doing my online teaching and like my face-to-face teaching. I can drive again, which is great. I even finished a DIY project over there. So the one thing I can't do just yet is go back to flying in a plane, that is. So I have to do a lot of flying for work. So I usually travel abroad with my guitars in one big metal case, and all my gear and my clothing in another suitcase. You know, pushing those around in stereo in airports puts a lot of strain on the legs. So I can't go back to just doing that just yet. I'm slightly apprehensive. I have my stag do in a month's time, and I don't know where I'm travelling for that. So I may or may not have to sweet talk my physio into letting me off the hook for one weekend. But I guess we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, so there's one aspect to this that I was not expecting in this whole experience, is that my left leg, which had the operation, feels great. It feels so good. The exercises make it feel even better. But my other leg that didn't have the operation is in a bad way. So when I'm going up and down stairs, you know, I'm putting all the load into my right leg, into the leg that hasn't had the surgery. You know, the right leg is basically compensating for this temporary loss of mobility in the left leg. So yeah, I'm in this bizarre stage of recovery where my left leg's fine now, but I'm now having to rest and be more careful with the other knee. Very, very bizarre. So yeah, I've got my physio tomorrow, as I say, so I'm looking forward to kind of addressing that and seeing if there's anything they can do for that tomorrow. But for now, to close things off with this video, I'd like to now just quickly go through things that I definitely didn't need as part of the recovery, and things that I definitely did need as part of the recovery. So let's go. So at the start of the video, I took you through some items that I had purchased in advance of the surgery, just so I was kind of prepared for the recovery. There were two things out of those that I didn't actually end up using. The first of those was the TENS machine, the thing for electrocuting your muscles. I didn't find I needed them. I found that my muscle strength was actually kind of building up quite quickly, and I didn't need anything to aid my muscle activation, so didn't end up needing that. I know that people who have the patella graft, because I had a hamstring graft, so I had a graft taken from the muscle across the back of the leg, whereas I understand when people have the muscle taken from the patella there, that can kind of impair your what do you call them, your quad activation. So I know a lot of athletes tend to like to speed run the reactivation of their quads by slapping on a couple of those and electrocuting themselves. but apparently it works, so yeah. But I didn't personally need it, so yeah. And the other thing that I didn't end up using was the special strap that I purchased off Amazon. It's called a Pilates strap, isn't it? For stretching the leg and pulling that forward. Again, it's quite specific to my surgery. My leg extension wasn't really impaired by the surgery because nothing across the front of my leg has actually been ripped out, so to speak. So I've not had to, force my leg straight. But again, if you've had the patella graft where you're having trouble actually extending your leg forward, this might be useful for someone who is in that situation to help push, pull that leg straight, just to spend time in that position. But you can get that from just lying flat on the floor with your leg flat, really. So, but yeah, feel free to buy these things in. Maybe don't buy them in ahead of time. But if you feel like the recovery's not going particularly well, and you just need something else to kind of aid you, then these things could help. But yeah, I personally didn't need them. So there were the two things that I didn't use. So I've got a list of 5 main things that helped me in my recovery. The first of those things was prehab. So essentially, in the month running up to the surgery, I basically went to the gym every single day and did different kind of exercises, all centered around sort of the building up of the muscles in the sort of the upper and lower leg, just so that my knees were housed in as much strength as possible to make the kind of the recovery as quick as possible, so that the loss of muscle was kind of like almost overridden by the presence of so much other strong muscle. So the prehab has been huge, and the physios were always telling me you can't do enough prehab. So I took that to heart. Every day in the run up, I feel like that might have been 50% of my recovery covered just in that one thing. So the second thing in my list is the ice cuff that I used. Here's my box here. Saw this at the beginning of the video. There's still some icy water in, actually. This was the cuff that I'd cover my leg in to keep it nice and cool. So it's being used, there were some days where I just didn't even take the thing off, and we would just change the ice over and just keep it cold the whole time. So I, given that was only £70 on Amazon, and you compare that in price to the what's it called, the Game Ready ice cuff system, it's over £3,000 in the UK. I mean, that is just an astonishing amount of money for something like that. So for £70, I feel like I got astonishing value for money with that. So that was another big part of my recovery. Another interesting part, in addition to this list, is psychology tricks. So when I was doing the knee flexion and sitting exercise, I had real trouble with that at first, where I'd get to a certain point in the bend. It's where you have to basically slide your foot back on the floor. I'd get to a certain point in the bend where the leg would just completely cramp up, and it just stopped responding. Essentially, I couldn't get back any further. So what we did is we put my foot on a piece of card. We put my foot on a piece of card like this. And what we do is, whoever was available, either my fiancée Beth or my mum, I would get them to push gently on the card to kind of assist the motion, so that if my leg stopped working, it would still keep moving and I'd move past the cramp stage. But that alone didn't fix it, because as soon as they stopped pushing, it would cramp up when it got to the ankle. So the way we solved it was, I would get either my mum or Beth to put their fingers on the card, and I would tell them, push my foot for me. Then I'd close my eyes, but the plan is for them to not push. In fact, they would just let go, essentially. So the last thing I'd see is them with their fingers touching the card. I then close my eyes and then start to move my foot. Now, because the last thing I saw was them touching the card with their fingers, there was a chance that they could actually just be helping me just because they felt sorry for me. So in my head, I'd be like thinking that's what's happening. And essentially what was happening was I'd be moving my leg back thinking that they're there pushing it. And so my leg felt like it was being moved passively and so relaxed. And I'd get to that angle where the cramp was happening, and it would just pass right through. I'd be able to pass right through that. So then I'd look down expecting to see Beth's or my mum's fingers still on the card, but they would just be like that with their arms folded, like, oh, we're done. So that was a huge little kind of breakthrough, because it was like an instant fix. It wasn't this gradual thing. It was just this thing that suddenly worked. So yeah, I'd be interested to hear if anyone ever has the same situation with their ACL recovery, if they can give that a go, get someone to passively push it, or say that they're passively pushing it, and then you close your eyes and try and believe that is what's happening. So yeah, that was an instant fix for me. The fourth thing in my list of things that really helped was the subreddit RACL on the platform, the website Reddit. It's astonishing the number of people around the world every day having ACL surgery, ACL reconstruction surgery. If you go to Reddit r/ACL, every day there are people posting like pictures or just asking questions about everything and anything ACL related. So there is a huge community of people just to talk to about it. So, from a mental health side of things, if you are going through this alone, there are thousands upon thousands of people also out there going through this alone as well. And it's a great way just to kind of connect with everyone. So yeah, that's a huge item in the list there. So the last thing in my list, the fifth thing that really helped me get through the recovery was a very supportive fiance who kept me sane. And if you don't have one of those to hand, then an Irish mother will also suffice. So yes, thank you to my mum Teresa. We call her the Ice Queen because she was always on the ice replacing duties on my ice box. And yeah, thanks to Beth for all the support along the way. So yes, that's kind of it really with this video. I might do a follow-up video at some point, maybe, to see how things develop, perhaps. Let me know in the comments if you think I should. Hey, maybe when I'm allowed back on my skateboard in 9 months' time, maybe I should do a skate vid. Maybe not. Either way, I'm going to be getting back to guitar videos on this channel. So yeah, thanks one final time to the Medway Maritime Hospital, to the anaesthetist, the surgeon, the incredible surgeon, and all the post-op care team and the doctors and the nurses and the physios. Thank you for fixing my knee. So yeah, to anyone who's still watching this video, thank you for watching. I'd say like and subscribe for more of this kind of content, but I'm hoping that I don't have to put out surgery recovery videos very often. But hey, like and subscribe anyway. You never know. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much. Over and out.